I'm Levon Miller, the owner of Firepunk Diesel. I always say we're a shop that specializes in the Dodge Cummins platform. So it started as a transmission business and has evolved into service department, fabrication, race, dyno tuning, pretty much all things Dodge Cummins, we specialize in it. Our publicity came from winning races and going out and competing in national events. Our first national event that we became known for was winning the Diesel Power Challenge in 2014. Then we repeated in 2015. Then we won the Ultimate Callout Challenge in 2016, 2017, 2018. And then from then it went on to Pro Series racing. The first time we dealt with Hot Shot Secret, we got a phone call from them. They were asking to rent our dyno. And so we booked a dyno appointment with them, and they said they just want the dyno for a couple hours to do some testing. And the difference that Hot Shots brought to the table is when they showed up with just additive and no vehicle to dyno. And they said, we have product that we believe in, and we want you to test it and tell us if it's worth running. And I was like, well, shoot, I already like these guys because I can test it the real way. And so I actually put my 2016 on the dyno. It had, 15,000 miles at the time, pretty new truck. And it had fresh change of oil with Brad Penn grade 1 oil in it. And then we treated my fresh oil change with FR3 and let the truck idle for 20 minutes and then made 5 more pulls. And every pull, it picked up power until the last 2 pulls were equal. But the average of 5 pulls after the FR3 treatment was like 12 horsepower more than what it was before. And I was like, this is crazy. Like, I added something to my engine oil and picked up rear wheel horsepower. But that was our first introduction to Hot Shot Secret altogether. And it really started off on a good foot because they brought me a product. Then they said they don't want to sell a commodity product. They want to sell only products that work. And they let me prove whether or not their products work. So that's how we met.
I think it was maybe the second year that after the FR3 test, we said, they're still using our FR3, but putting it into a competitor's oil. And so that's when Levon challenged us and said, why don't you guys just make a racing oil? Seems like everything you make, it's, purpose-driven and high performance. So
Right.
He sent us to the lab, really, and that started our adrenaline racing line of products.
We really just wanted somebody that was in the industry to listen to us and say, hey, look at our oil, look at our labs, look at our samples and tell us, can this be fixed with oil or does this need to be a mechanical change? And that was really what built on that relationship, is because they had a lab in-house and they took our samples and they tested it and they said, well, we think we should do this. We can make it better by doing this. And I said, perfect. Give it to me. I'll put it in there. And if it survives 3,000 horsepower, then I can put it in my daily driver. See, I think that's why you saw Hot Shots spread so quickly throughout the diesel community, is because they were there listening and they were saying, hey, if you've got a problem, we're all ears. We're learning in this together, and together they formulated some fantastic engine oils for our race programs.
Firepunk's a dealer of ours. They use our products, they sell our products. And, we always try to put our data out there to we want to educate the consumer.
Because now when a truck goes on the dyno and I pour an additive in and it picks up horsepower, I have an explanation other than it's magic. We spend a lot of money on our race engines. Customers spend a lot of money on their daily driver engines, even just if it's a stock rebuild. Cummins it's $10,000 for a new engine, and they want these engines to be able to go the long haul. That's why they bought a diesel in the first place. So if you can protect it with good lubricants, it'll go longer than it will if you run a low-grade oil and don't change it often enough.
The knowledge we gain at the racetrack and with these teams turns into the bottles that we have on the shelf at your auto parts store down the street that you can trust for your daily driver. And so it's really a full circle relationship now.